You're so funny, Larice. I actually don't know if you guys can hear me or not. Hi, everybody. Just checking out this vertical live streaming to see how that works. Yeah, it's very relaxing. Yep. I'm standing right behind the beach a little ways on the sidewalk. Yeah, I'm here behind the camera. I'm using the Wi-Fi of the local Pirate Bay Cafe. That's why I'm not moving around too much. Decided to come downstairs. It's been raining. Decided to come downstairs and do a quick vertical live just to see if I can get some views going. Abby G, how you be? Lorraine is here, I see. I'm like a Dr. Seuss book, making everything rhyme. It's only a matter of time before you'll be in Pattaya. Yeah, it's a strong internet connection because we're way over across the street from the cafe. So I'm really surprised that it's working and it hasn't buffered yet. We're getting a strong signal. No buffering. Oh, we still have about a month to go. A month to go before we're back in the Philippines. I'm getting homesick though. As beautiful of a place this is, I still want to go home. Irene and Irish is in the house. So far, so good. That's a furniture joke. Get it? So far, so good. Anna Mae is here. Anna Mae, what do you say? What have you been doing today? Lorraine Pajares. Yeah, 30 more days to go, approximately. Then who knows where we're going to end up. I'm not sure we're going back home directly. We might surprise everybody and go someplace else. Mawelma is here. Yahoo! Hello, Mawelma. How are you today? Thank you, Abby G. Oh no, Minnie didn't post that video of me eating cake, did she? We're doing okay, Moelma. Can't get any better than this. Or I should say, can't get much better than this. 9 million people in the house. 8 likes. We're going to try a little bit of vertical streaming here to see how it works. Wow, that's a good number. That's a good number, Luis. That would be nice to go all day and all night on a live stream. Just leave the camera here on the beach. Oh, man, Minnie is making her move. I see her walking down onto the beach. Oh, there she is in the camera view. There she is doing her thing. Oh, Minnie's on the Wi-Fi also. That's pretty good. No, I did. Oh, there's no ads on there. Oh my God. I thought, how do I do it while I'm live? Will it still let me do it? No, this thing kept telling you, YouTube ain't that easy to use. It's not that intuitive. You have to be smart. I'm not as smart as you guys. All right. Yeah, I didn't put a title, which I'm supposed to do, and I can't figure out. Oh, ads is on. Okay. Ads are on. So I didn't mess up that badly. But the title thing. Like I said, YouTube, it isn't as intuitive as StreamYard or something like that. StreamYard is a lot more intuitive, but it eats up data. It eats your data. That's the problem with StreamYard. I do have data on this phone, but I turned it off because I wanted to see what the range was for the Wi-Fi from the Pirate Bay Cafe, and it looks like it's pretty good. Man, Minnie is still live over there, and she's on the Wi-Fi from the Pirate Bay Cafe. Thank you, Jean-Zil, Jean-God. You're 12th. Don't ever change. Sassy and Saucy is 13th. Four million people in the house, 13 likes. There's nothing like being on the beach here at Jomtien. It's not that hot because it's been raining. There's overcast. Cooled things down a bit. Actually cooled things down quite a bit. It's finger licking good, one might say. Mawelma is first. Yahoo! You're number one, Mawelma. Don't ever change. 12 minutes and 53 seconds into the live with 7 million people watching. By the way, I think it's let's see, it's like 3 o'clock here and 4 o'clock where you are, something like that. Actually, I'm not sure of the time. I just know we're 1 hour behind you because we're west of Manila. There's Ma'am Minnie. You can't see her, but she's dipping her toes in the water. She's behind the sign, the Pattaya sign right there, boat for rent. There she is. I could see her now. It's 4:02. Yeah, it's 3:02 here in Jomtien Beach. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. I can see the revenue stream is improving a little bit. The views suck, but the revenue stream is starting to grow, and so are the watch hours. You know, we're getting close to 1 million views. I would say that we have a good chance of getting 1 million views by the end of the year if you're diligent, if you keep watching and watching while you're sleeping. I know you have a lot of friends on YouTube and you're helping them out too. Put me in the lineup 1 day a week to watch me all night long. That would be great. I think we're at like something like 821 or 22,000 views. That's very, very exciting. I wouldn't have known at all to check the views, except YouTube or somebody sent me a message in the email saying, congrats, you have passed 800,000 views. That's very close. That's way closer than I thought I'd ever get. Can you imagine coming up on 1 million views? 1 million views? Wow, that's incredible. We will keep going. That's what we're doing. I'm just listening to all of you and what I should be doing. And that's why we're doing what we do. That's why we started to do live streams. I think the whole world is changing. It's going virtual reality. I've been watching you, Larice. You're very successful. Some of you are very successful because you figured everything out. You must talk to each other, right? And say, hey, if you do this, you're going to get great views and you're going to start earning money. I know one of my yeah, I know which one that is. Anime, you know that Jollibee versus Ronald Foot video. It makes me a little bit nervous because it keeps going and going and going, getting 3,000 and 4,000 views per week. And what makes me nervous is, you know, someone said, Dan, do you know why you're getting so many views? And I said, no, please tell me. They said, because people like to look at people's feet. And I go, what? People that have a foot fetish are the ones that are watching that video. I was laughing so hard. I never thought of it in my entire life. I still don't believe it. I just think that video came together. Yeah, that's funny, right, Larice? I think it just came together with the music and everything and the timing. That's why I think it's getting so many views. But a friend of mine said, no, Dan, they like clown feet. That's why that video is doing so well. Clown feet? Are you serious? Oh, there were 3 feet in that video, right? There was Ronald's, there was Jollibees, and there were Man Minis. Yeah, I always have to remind myself. Anime, if you're still there, put a link. Are you allowed to put a link in the live stream to that short video? Will it work? Or somebody. Yeah, I know, Larice, listen, it's hilarious, really. To think about it is pretty weird. But it's already, I think, 9 or 10K up from last week or 10 days ago when I pointed out to Anime that video is still going. And then she took a look and and she started sharing it out, and boom, just like that, it got another 9 or 10,000 views. Mel, my pal from Caridad. Oh, you have a cousin here. You know what? We have run into 2 or 3 Filipinos so far. Thank you for sharing it out, Mel. Please watch that short, you guys. Let's get it. You know, I don't think it's unreasonable for it to hit 100K. I think that video will actually, I think it has the juice to hit 100,000 views. You know, if you guys do that, you'll get me so close. You'll get Minnie and I so close to getting that 1 million views total on YouTube. Mel, we're right here at Jom Tien Beach. Jom Tien is Pattaya, but it's a different section of Pattaya. We're right here in a condominium facing the beach. Or we get we get the side view of the beach. We're not getting the premium, expensive view that you would have to pay for. You know, I'm pretty moderate when it comes to such things. You know, the beach doesn't turn me on as much as other things do. Mel, we're going to be back there soon, probably in a month. On my list of things to do is to come check out your house and see if there's any way to build up the levee by the river so that your house stops getting flooded. It's always on my mind. I want to take a look to see. It could be, you know, Mel, that I don't come up with a solution for you, but I want to take a look at it to see what we can do so you don't have to spend most of your time emptying water out of your house during rainy season. So, thank you, Larice. I think it was a good video. That's my, you know, I could be a little strange on the short videos. You know, that's my sense of humor. It can be very dry. Some people get it and some people don't. Just like the shaft room, you know, the shaft room. That was really a double meaning, you know. Yeah. I think you're going so early. I will invite you on September 3rd. Just a simple celebration on my... Oh, that's great. I hope we're back in the country by... I hope we're back in the Philippines by September 3rd. There's a good chance we will be. Yeah, no, my sense of humor is strange. That's why some of the videos do good. Some of the short videos do bad. Thank you, journals. Appreciate it. Your daughter is so cute, Mel. I love watching you make videos of her. I think you need to do more videos. You need to do more reels and put them on Facebook. I love watching her. She's a happy, happy baby. That would be nice if we can attend. I'm not sure we can, but I'm putting it on my calendar. We don't know which way it's going to go because I know we're going back to Clark. And then I could just say, oh, let's get back to bye-bye. She will become a lady, not a baby, because she is 1 year old, a big girl. She's so cute. All of you have happy babies that I've seen on Facebook Reels. How is it that happens? My kids cried and cried and cried like little brats when they were growing up. But your babies are so happy. You know, they're smiling, they're playing whenever I see them. They're just having the kind of childhood that I wish every child could have. Rodell Junkard is here. Yeah, I know, Mel. You're so lucky. She is such a good baby. I know I wasn't. I cried and cried and cried. My mom had to stop whatever she was doing and pick me up and try to get me to stop crying. I was one of those bratty little babies always trying to get in trouble to get my mom's attention. That's why I'm the person I am today, a big pain in the ass. That's the reason why I am who I am. How I become who I am. She's singing and dancing. She's probably already singing karaoke. Laurice, thank you so much for your support. 4 million people in the house on my eyes view. So Minnie wants to parasail. What do you guys think? Should we let Minnie parasail? She wants to take video from the parachute. Minnie, did you see the price down there for the parasailing? Go down there and check the price. My eyes aren't so great. Oh, it's a very nice beach. And it goes on forever, this beach. There's miles and miles of white sandy beach here, not like Boracay, 20 feet. Oh yeah, there's squirrels all over the place. You must have seen the black squirrel climbing the tree, Anime. Because I've seen that little black squirrel around here lately. Just having fun. If that little black squirrel were in the Philippines, though, that little black squirrel would be lunch. I hear they're very yummy. For one round? 800 baht for one round? That's expensive. What is that, $30? How much is the hot dog? How much? 800? That's a lot. That's a lot of money. Parasailing is your best deal up there. Oh, thank you folks for being here. I know you have dinner to make. Daisy Lynn Castro is in the house. The incomparable Daisy Lynn Castro sings like a bird. If you've never heard her live, you need to go into her channel and watch Daisy Lynn Castro. She is hilarious and a great singer. Or I should say she's a great singer and she's hilarious all at the same time. She sang Luha for me the other day. She sang Luha in Tagalog for me the other day. Thanks so much for being here, Daisy Lynn. I know you are very busy. I know all of you are very busy raising your families, getting dinner ready. Yahoo! Uh-oh. One person left in the stream right now. Looks like it's Laurice. Or maybe you guys have all moved to the BG. Yep, it's Laurice. There you go. You heard me talking. Oh, he climbed up on the coconut tree. I see. It was the black squirrel. Thank you so much, Laurice. How does my vertical streaming look, by the way? Are you getting a signal, ma'am, Minnie, all the way down to the water?
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit, and then it cuts off? Where does it cut off?
No more, I just did it because I'm going far.
All right, we're taking you for a walk until the signal cuts off. I'll show you what's around here.
Over there's a sign.
All right, so you see the tents. They rent those. People rent those, and they could order food, and they could order beer, whatever they want. There's Ma'am Minnie.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, we lost you guys for a second.
Yeah, the
Buffering, buffering. So
yeah.
now we know the limitations. Now we know the limitations of the
Oh,
signal.
there's it's
Okay,
there.
I'm gonna turn you around so you can see where we're grabbing that signal from. It's our nice friends over there at the cafe bar right there. Pirate Bar or Pirate Bar Cafe or Pirate Bay Cafe right there. We were at the 7-Eleven, but we couldn't establish a signal there. I would have had to have used my data, and you know how cheap I am. So we're grabbing theirs. They're very nice. They know we're using it. We have a friend that works there. Yeah. So that's the limitations of our signal. Let me see if I could show you our condo. We're in this building right here. Yeah, so we're not on the corner. That's the most expensive condo right there. Ah, call sign Raven is in the house. There you go. You have a jacket now, call sign. All right, see, we're up there, 8 floors. It's a nice little condo building for sure. But you know, it is it is a little bit. They're doing some work up there right now. You know, they're updating things, which I think is nice. They're keeping up with it. You know, I mean, they're just starting to renovate a few of those condos, and they're also upgrading the plumbing and electrical and doing some other things. But otherwise, it's really a nice place. I would highly recommend it. See, Dave is up there on one of those corner units, the corner units that wrap around the condominium. Dave is up there. He's got view from 180 degrees. Ads, Yahoo! We got ads. 4 million people in the house. And then there's no shortage of 7-Elevens hanging around. There's always a 7-Eleven every 10 feet. As a matter of fact, there's that one and there's this one. There's two 7-Elevens within 50 feet of each other. One there and one there. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. Not too many people on the beach, and that's because it's low season, but that's about to change. I've noticed there are more people coming in here since they changed the visa program here, and they're letting people in for 60 days. There's been a flood of people coming in here, and it's slow season, or what they call off season. Actual tourist season starts the 1st of next month. And we'll be, or I'm sorry, the 1st of October, and we'll be out of here by then. That's probably why we got such a deal on that condo unit for 2 months. Let's see if I could change the angle to the dangle a little bit. All right, I'm gonna hoist you a little bit higher, I think. Whoa. That's what I'm talking about, that view. I wish I were that tall so I could see what y'all were looking at. There's Man Minnie working her phone.
I'm watching the YouTube.
All right, we're buffering ourselves out of business, it looks like. We're gonna go after this trip here to Thailand. We're gonna go to Clark. We're gonna go to Angeles City, spend a week or two there, and then we're gonna head back to Cebu and then bye City Leyte. We may go. There's talk though that the friends want to meet up in Siem Reap, Cambodia. And so the plans could change. One of the beautiful things about being retired is you could change plans whenever you want. And so I think that's great. So we're putting things together in our head, but you never know how they're going to turn out. We might end up in Siem Reap to see the ruins at Angkor Wat. That's something I've wanted to do for years. Oh yeah. Oh, Nitban is here. Nitban, isn't it past your bedtime? "12 more years. 12 more years to travel. Don't wait till the last minute. Be taking a month or two off a year and just go. Like Nitban, just got through taking 6 months off. 6 months off work and traveled all over the place. In fact, we met Nitban here 5 months ago. Right here at the beer garden in Pattaya by the walking street. And then Nitban disappeared. No, we disappeared. That's right. Yeah, I'm getting my dates. That's one thing. That's that's another thing that I noticed, Nitban, is that you get all your dates wrong, right? Like I've been telling everybody that Minnie and I have been married for 20 some years. It's actually been 17 years that we've been married, but we've known each other for 20 years. So I keep telling people, no, we've been married more than 20 years, and they all look at me kind of strange. Anna G is here. That's what happens when you start getting older. You start forgetting your dates. It does fly by quickly. In that 12 years, it'll go by so fast, it'll make your head spin. But hey, as long as you have the plan. Part of the plan for us was retire first, have fun later. And so we did it the same way. If that's what your plan is, earn that retirement paycheck, and then once you have that banked, all taken care of, then take off. Take off, see the world. Of course, Nitban is a youngster, so Nitban's a youngster. Yeah, so anyway. I kind of envy Nitban. Part of me envies Nitban, and then the other part of me is like, hey, go back. All right, we're buffering a little bit.
It's nice in here.
I'll bet you it's because people are grabbing the signal. I see the bar filling up. Maybe they can only handle 100 or 200 devices. I'm not sure. 4 million people in the house. Call sign says, I want to pay off my house in California, retire, then collect my pension and rent the house out. Should pay for everything and then some. Yeah, you know what? That was sort of our plan. And then I decided, the hell with it, we'll just sell it. And thankfully we ended up selling it at the top end of the market. Of course, some might argue that now is the top end of the market. But I started thinking, well, you got to have somebody there to buy it. So now's a good time to sell it. So a couple years ago, we did that. And it worked out fine. We have a house that we were building in Bye City, Leyte, Philippines. And we cash flowed that house. And it's a very comfortable house. We're good to go. Yeah, having that steady income from a rental house, should work. Should work good. Yeah, I know it is. That's why we can't move back there. Even in Sacramento, where we were. The rents have come down a little bit for one-bedroom apartments, but they're still way too high. I think when Minnie and I, when we sold our house, we had to move into an apartment for a little while, and we were paying $1,800 a month, which I thought was kind of expensive for a little 600 square foot apartment. But now I'm told that same apartment is going for somewhere around $1,500 per month. So it's come down a little bit. Knitband saying I'm not a youngster. I found one gray hair the other day. Boo-hoo, Knitband. I feel so bad for you. If I had a strand of hair on my head, I'd be able to tell you whether it was gray or not. Well, I check. You know what? They send me emails. They apparently they have some vacancy, and so they said, Dan, you were good pay. Why don't you come back to the apartments? They don't know that I'm living overseas, but there's nothing like having. I suppose if I could swing it, I would have two homes, or you know what? I would have a house everywhere that I wanted to go hang on vacation. I'd have one in the Philippines, one in Sacramento, one in Thailand. I'd have one in Malaysia. Wherever I visit, I'd have a home. Yeah. Oh, but our TV is here. Mildred, how are you? And how's your other half? Filipina Raquel TV's in the house. Yeah, but also it gets complicated. I wanted, Minnie and I, we wanted a hassle-free retirement, and that's what we ended up with. Yeah, we ended up with a hassle-free retirement. Don't have to worry about anything. Don't have to worry about, all the debt is paid off. We're not carrying a mortgage. We don't owe credit cards. We're just cash flowing everything, as Dave Ramsey would say. And we have a nice life, as you could see. It's a very, very nice life. We have no complaints. Yeah, it's a liberating feeling, Thankfully, we had the plan together and we transitioned very nicely, but call sign, I have known people that struggle with the whole retirement, the whole transition of retirement, but as long as you have a plan, you'll be good to go. I think culture, also your culture and experience has a lot to do with it too. For example, I have friends that moved around a lot. They eased into retirement. They were military brats. They're used to being moved around. Dan, you can get a good pedicure and a foot massage on the beach. Yeah, I know. I know, they're always coming by. They're always coming by wanting to massage something or other. Nicole and Stetter in the house. You are winners. Winners. Yeah. Mildred's here too. Filipina Raquel is in the house. Knitband is here. All the way from the West Coast. I know, Filipino Raquel. You know, Thailand misses you also. You should come here. Thailand is waiting for you. Look at they have empty tents over here. Yeah. Uh, yep. We're right in front of the swimming area too. Right there. I'm just trying to describe Nipan. What would you say? What does this area remind you of? Not Pattaya, but I mean Jomtien Beach. Yes, Pattaya is different. You know, Pattaya is Pattaya is a little bit crazy, right? But here in Jomtien, it's a much calmer, relaxing setting. Yeah, we love it here. Just trying to think of what California beach it reminds me of. Oh, Phuket. We haven't been there yet. So one of the things that we're thinking about doing is getting on a bus, a train, a plane, a ferry, you know, someplace where we can travel a couple, 2 or 3 hours and be in a whole new different setting. Yeah, that's right, call sign. There's not enough people here to make a comparison. I would say if it were a little bit colder here, it might remind me of Carlsbad, something like that. To the north of San Diego, right? Yeah, that's right. I was telling people earlier, Nip. All right, I buffered again. Like I said, the beach, it kind of reminds us of Boracay, but it goes on for miles and miles and miles. Yeah, what gave it away? The sand, right? Yeah, so you're not all crammed in there like you are in Boracay with 1 million people all trying to use the same 2 inches of beach. Speedboat, speedboat getting ready to take off. Maybe that's parasailing. Maybe there's someone getting ready to go airborne. Yeah, of course, Boracay has that island feel because it's got all the bamboo huts and all that stuff hanging around. But it's also got the modern, you know, it's also got all the modern condominium or hotel thing going on. If we want crowded, we just go down to Pattaya Beach. Yeah, we just head this way down the beach and we'll get crowded. That way. Yeah, that's true. It's white. I mean, pure white. Oh, you have a German friend that owns a unit in Boracay. Heck no, I'm not doing any parasailing. Man, Minnie wants to parasail. She wants to go ahead and fire up her iPhone and go flying away on me. James is in the house from San Francisco. See any good pursuits lately, James? Or hear about any good shootings lately? More smash and grabs, huh? They're gearing up to do something over there. I'm not sure what it is. Ah, you've been up there, huh, Nitban? How's the weather up there when you're parasailing? There are the prices for all the fun. If I could just hold this phone steady. I don't dare drive my car to the city, you'll lose a window. That's what I'm saying. Smash and grabs, uh-huh. Aren't they passing some kind of new law where you smash and grab more than 950 and it's the death penalty? No, I don't think so. It doesn't sound like San Francisco to me. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap it up in about 8 minutes. We're going to get an hour's in. 1 hour in about 7 minutes, and we're going to go bye-bye. Ah, I wish my father had shown me how to fish. Yeah, that's all they do with them, right? Is they if it's under 950, they just yell at you, right? Call your parents, and then they catch and release. They say, don't do it again. Ah, they are, James. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens to Newsom, to gruesome Newsom in the future. We'll see what happens. But hey, that's why I'm here and I'm not there. I like it here better. Quite frankly, I don't have to think about much. Don't even have to think about politics at all. Nor crime, come to think of it. No catch and release, we are them. I think, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're going to the night market. We might go over to the Jomtien night market. I might have some curry. Chicken masala with some garlic naan bread. That sounds good. Yeah, that's what I mean. But call sign, don't be one of them. Don't be one of the guys that comes over here and then they want to talk politics all day. That's what happens to, that's what happens to some people when they retire, I've known a few. They want to come over here and they want to talk about how crappy everything in the United States is. And all I got to say is I don't even think about it anymore. Very, very rarely will I get into a pissing contest over what's going on in the States. And while you're here traveling around, generally speaking, I keep my mouth shut because it ain't my country. So see, it works out pretty good for everybody. But there is a bit of a, I don't know what you'd call it. All I could tell you, call sign, all I could tell you is you get about 3/4 of the way here, and then all of a sudden you're breathing a big sigh of relief while you're on the plane. Your blood pressure drops a whole bunch, and you never think about it again. I know I have a lot of friends that are in California. I have a lot of friends that are on the hamster wheel trying to keep up with the Joneses, you know. Nitban isn't one of them though. Nitban enjoys his life. Yeah, he's a relatively young man. He enjoys his life. He takes a vacation whenever the hell he wants to. That's what I'm talking about. Well, the thing is, you have a flood of Westerners moving in here. That's what the thing is. I can't walk 10 feet without somebody trying to sell me a condo someplace. And I keep trying to explain to them, no, I need house and lot, house and lot, house and lot. Not condo, condo, condo. This ain't timeshare in Maui. This isn't a timeshare on Waikiki Beach. No, thank you. Oh, yeah. See, call sign. That's something that almost happened to us, you know, when my wife was pushing for, to do, when they rescue the animals and they bring them by to you to hold them until they can find a new home. She wanted to do that, and I said, except that it'll mess up we won't be able to pick up and go when we want to. Yeah. So good for you that you do that, call sign. But it does, you do have to get a sitter when you decide to take off. Yeah, you get attached to them, and so when you leave them go, it's rough. It's too emotional. It's very emotional. Yeah, so I tried to avoid that. I'm sorry to say, I tried to avoid it. Because I'm already a pretty emotional kind of guy. But I'll tell you this, I don't miss the hamster wheel. I don't. When I decided to leave work, I never thought of it again. I think I just saw that squirrel again. Yeah, when I decided it was over, I just made a couple of phone calls. I don't believe I even told anybody except my QB partner. All I did was I gathered up, a few people were asking, why is Dan gathering up some boxes? I never even told anybody. I just packed everything in there, my personal stuff, all the work stuff. I just left behind a big pile. 22 years of pile of work that I never did. I just set it up there on the desk and walked away. Yeah, well, that's why I didn't bring up your name, Nitban, because I know you're not on the hamster wheel. I know that you're free to travel, so you're the guy that I wish I was when I was living there. All right. Well, we're wrapping things up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're out of here. Everybody have a nice evening, day, morning, wherever you may be in the world. We're signing off. This is Dan and Minnie, Dan and Minnie's Journey.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See you on the next one. Oh, wait. Let me see. There you go. Say bye.
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 Take care, guys.